things. I've been driving this train, years in this lane, there's no stopping this flame. Cause I came to the game and I changed it to play how I like, rearranged it to my own domain. Yeah, I got what it takes, made lots of mistakes, taking shots, skipping breaks, feeling lost, feeling great, popping off, singing straight, never stopped, never changed. All the squad here to play, and I've got something to say, yeah. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capping space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la. And I'm up again. I got tired eyes, need a cup of blend. That's right, in the AM, that's my only friend. No light, just the sun coming up on the horizon. I lose track of time, yeah, I move fast and climb a new class divine, yeah, true passion shines. And I'm through passing time, I choose stacking dimes. You snooze half the time while I move passing by. I work hard each and every day, I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits. I build tall, never capping space. I won't stop till I hear him say, oh, oh, la, 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 la.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Okay, so clearly no amount of giving offers to leave things alone mean anything to Momo and her friends. So we will continue. Hey, Sandra, thank you so much. You're one of my longest standing members. Thank you for the 39 months of continued support. I really appreciate it. And thank you for always being on my replay crew. I see every comment. Thank you very much for that. Thank you. Thank you. So here's the options we got. We can start from beginning to end on the Reddit stuff. I'm going to read the second amount of text messages that were released. And then we're going to play an interview. Since Maria can't help herself. Something I never played, by the way. I have never, ever, ever played any interview. Would you go ahead, play the one with Keaton? I already proved everything he said was live, but go ahead. You've already done it. You're the reason the whole interview happened. And just like with the other shit, y'all, you could play this shit with my son over and over. Everybody's already heard it 1,000 times. What they haven't heard is all the shit that recently got released. Everything about your friend. And not everybody has heard the interview that was done with your sister. So that's what I think we're going to do today, since Maria can't help herself. But I will talk slower from what I was earlier when I'm going through all the Reddit stuff. But I'm sorry, I didn't know y'all were telling me to keep it separate, or I would have done it sooner, but let's see. And here's one thing we know. We know that these posts on Reddit are going to keep happening because they found that that's their way to get through, right? So it would make more sense for you to just stop and get your friends to stop. So that way you don't have to worry about nobody ever knowing what they say. Unless they go to Reddit. A lot of people don't go to Reddit. So if you would just freaking quit and get your friends to quit, no one would be reading them. Not here on YouTube. But since you can't tell your friend to quit and you can't get your friends to quit, okay. And again, you still have comments with my daughter's name in it. You know, I've never used my daughter's name, and I don't use her name on here. And she's a minor. So it is what it is. Okay, let's see here. And by the way, Jules, I am none of those accounts that have talked to her daughter. Not one single account that I've talked to her daughter has been me. So if it's an account that says they've talked to her, you could guarantee it's not me. Stop making these accusations. I'm going to keep having to talk about it, right? So she said, I've threatened coming on Reddit and exposing her for, I think, over a year now. Today, I finally did it. I don't know what else to do. Nothing works. Our family tries and has been trying all day. She just doesn't give a shit. She is not who she makes herself out to be. I know she's a bully online, a literal cyber bully, and we all tell her she doesn't care. That's who she is. Let's see. She forced me to delete my post, told me I could live with her if I deleted it, and then switched up. Does that sound familiar? Then she says, go for it, to privately send all the posts to everybody else, right? She does not deserve the support she's getting when I'm the one that's suffering. Are you Brooke's daughter? I think so. And she turned her emoji, her avatar on Reddit, into an eyeball, her eyeball, just to mimic her mom. This is her daughter. I'm not going to say her daughter's name. And I am confirming that she is a deadbeat mom. I'm moving home from the house I just moved into for personal reasons that she caused, aka breaking the lease, because she was the co-signer on it. So Brooke broke the lease and then she had forced to move home. And she refuses to give me somewhere to live. She says, you're an adult. I don't have to do anything. Then proceeds saying she's okay with me being homeless or to ask a friend if I could stay with them. I'm still young. All my friends live at home with their parents too. Imagine how that would look. Anyways, here's the proof. She says, I want nothing to do with you. Brooke, we need help. You're a disappointment, a piece of effing blank. No, B, I couldn't care less if you died in an hour. I hate you and I never want to see you or speak to you ever again. So, Lindsay, when you want to talk about my son saying if he had kids, I wouldn't see him, which he was just talking shit. He did not mean that, but nonetheless, that's not any worse than this. You could die within an hour and I wouldn't fucking care. Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. Then how do you plan on getting your stuff out by Sunday? You're going to get your A up here. Stop being like this. She goes, I'm telling you to call your dad and let's get an effing plan. He said no. Plead with him. I'm not letting you come back here. She goes, I'm fine. I'm not going to beg to live there. Just stop being a POS. You do the right thing. And again, she said this after weeks of Brooke provoking and like fucking with her and promising things and going back on it and everything. This has been weeks of it. So that's why she said she was already angry when she was talking to her mom. She said, do the right thing. Brooke, I told you what I want. I want a month to get you better because you're clearly not going to be anywhere near change. Now, this is what she said in these, but it's complete opposite when the grandmother comes to the mix. She says, no, I'm not going to couch hop for a month. Get your brain right. You have a chemical imbalance. Brooke, you cannot come to my house first. She goes, stop. You don't have a choice and I don't either. I can't go anywhere else. She goes, you have to call your dad. She goes, he blocked me. He said no like 20 times. No, you're not. She goes, stop doing this to me. Just let me come home. She goes, I asked him this morning. I can't, not until you're better. He told me you're not blocked. She goes, I'm fine. She goes, please ask around and see if any friends can let you stay with them down here while you get your life back on track, because Grammy's still saying no. We really need Grammy's help and for you to stay there while we go to therapy and work on our relationship. Grammy can help you when I'm at work and vice versa. But in the case that you can't be looking for other options. She goes, I'm not going to live with my friends. What the F is wrong with you? Are you serious right now? She goes, well, I'm telling you until we get our issues resolved and we are not fighting, etc. every 5 minutes, you cannot come here. What did Grammy say earlier when you spoke to her? She goes, I'm done talking to you. Brooke, well, you will get in trouble. We have got to go to therapy ASAP and you've got to detox. You have to get your shit together immediately. She goes, no, I won't. Stop putting this on everyone else. Just let me live there. I can't be homeless and I'm not going to couch hop. This is what led her sleeping behind the truck stop for 2 days. I'm not, but you're going to prove yourself and do what I said before coming here. She goes, around my friend's house I'm not going to couch hop around my friend's house who still live with their parents. You're literally saying you're okay with me being homeless. I'm not, but you're going to, sorry. No, it's not happening until you are clean and will resolve our issues. She goes, you're a sick individual. No, I'm not. I'm saying that I'm saying I cannot take the chance before you can prove you're committed to fixing the mess. She goes, I am, I swear, but please stop doing this to me. You're literally going to let me be homeless. That's not okay. I understand we have our issues, but you can't do this. So then she says, I don't do substances. I only drink. Let's see. Sorry, I got some other screen grabs of stuff. She freaks out like she did something wrong, but I don't think this plan worked. After I specifically said privately that they had to see it, I don't know what that's about. Hold on. She's asking if do you know my mom's Reddit? I've been around my mom's ever since she started YouTube, so I heard about Reddit from her. Let's see. I'm going to make my own podcast on this shit about her mom. I'm just digging and getting information. And then I'm like, I don't know. Do I sue her for defamation of character? I've been content for years. Like my life's a fucking game or something to her. I don't want to involve her in anything. So not really, just between me, my mom, dad, and grandma. I've taken so much. I'm just hurting. I'm at my breaking point. Siwa sent me $20, but I was negative. Don't tell her that, though. Tell her I said thank you. And then again, she tried to reach me on Instagram and say thank you, but I blocked her because I'm really not trying to, I do not want to interact with her. So then Brooke says, I will never be the one to come online and worry about what anyone thinks when I'm having a family issue with the blood of my blood. You won't catch me trying to sway the court of public opinion. I've been silent trying to navigate while Siwa was sending my daughter money, dangling money and intruding on my family affairs. There was no dangling. There was no conditions. There was no, I'll send you money if you do this. There was no feed me information. There was no none of that. This was go get a meal. That's what I said. Go get a meal. But your friends dangled $70 over her to give you every person that ever talked to her. $70. That's dangling money. All right. That was your friends, not me. If anyone's judging me in my situation until you lived it, don't. See what you just thought I was on your neck before. You have awakened a monster. That was before her cease and desist, mind you. That was before she did the videos with Maria like a few days later, mind you. Okay, hold on. Here's the second round of text messages. Hold on. Oh, are they deleted? No, I didn't know they were deleted. I did not know they were deleted. But her friends are still talking shit about my kids. But don't worry. If she deleted the comments, I will move on to something else. I will move on to Momo. Well, I only want the comments down that have my daughter's name in it. I don't care about the others. If it's just the one my daughter's name. If they deleted the others, I'll move on to something different. Well, they had two or three loans more taken out on that house. That is why they can't sell it, because they would completely lose out. But fine, don't sell it. Get him out the fuck out of your house. Get a restraining order, a protective order, and get him out. Who cares where the hell he ends up at this point? Okay, if someone can confirm, well, to the ones who know where it's at, can you go look and tell me if it's deleted? And the goalpost was always, if you and your friends keep talking about me and my kids, I'm going to read the rest of it. So I didn't move anything. But I will move on from this part if she deleted the comments. Tithead. Because I have something else planned too. But after we do this, if Maria keeps going, then I'm going to continue. So you have always controlled your friend. You have always got her to stop. She's always fought your battles. Get her to fucking quit. She was just putting up shit the other day in your defense. In your defense. So, and you were in there cheering it on. And if she won't quit, then what kind of friend is she? Then what kind of friend is that? Because none of this shit would have been read for the past week. Well, not week, because you just did things, 4 days ago now? They have been deleted. Okay. All right. We're going to move on from this part. But stalker, get your friend to quit talking about my kids. And I have no problem going back to leaving everything alone. I really, honest to God, have no problem leaving it alone. I am not talking to your daughter. I am not talking to your mother. I'm not. I know you do your little threat. Don't talk to my mother. I'm not talking to her. So get your friend to stop. And I will go back to what I have been for the past year and a half and leaving your shit alone. And not talking to anybody in your life. And not reading anything about your kid. And not putting out all your dirty secrets. that was released by them, not by me. I didn't go digging for it and then got it that way with lies and manipulation to get these secrets. No. This is stuff they did on their own because you had blocked them and unblocked and blocked and unblocked and unblocked and unblocked. And you only unblock to beg your mom to take her back. And then you block her again. And then you unblock your daughter just to get the messages about who she's talking to now. And then you block her again. So that's y'all. Get your friend to fucking quit. And I will keep my word. So, all right, let's move on to something else since you deleted the comments. All right, I got to put up an overlay real quick. Okay. All right, now we're going to do an interview. We're going to listen to an interview because if she did what I asked her to, that's great. But she could still get the rest of it stopped. Hell, I'll even take down the other streams. Not that I owe it to anybody, but I will. Actually, the only one I won't take down is where I stood up against what your husband did to your daughter. That's the only one I won't take down because that's standing up against abuse of a child. And I don't care what, like nobody should be overlooking it. But the other shit, I don't mind. All right, here we go.
It's you guys. It's your personalities. You all are great together too. Each and every
boy's daughter, she screams. And she screamed and screamed. It was the first time in her life, in my mother's life, that she had to take antidepressant
This is an interview with Momo's twin that someone else did, by the way, not me.
pills, anxiety pills, because she was nervous. Thankfully, she got over it. And after you took it for a couple of years, but who does that? The man of your freaking dreams, the husband you've had for over 50 years, passes away and you're all alone in a house. And she wanted to stay because I offered her to move from day one and she wanted to stay in her house. But who does that to their mother?
How many times, Anna, have you bailed your sister out?
Well, before we got into the final that we don't speak anymore, probably every other week or sometimes weekly. Like I would ditch out thousands.
And I remember, like, you telling me one story, and I hope you don't get mad for saying this, but, like, you know, she had left Carlos or whatever, and they had a fight, and, like, you bought her own apartment, right?
No, I didn't buy her an apartment.
You got her an apartment.
I don't know why the fuck they keep saying that. I've never claimed to be a perfect mother. I said I fucked up a lot, and a lot of it had to do with my mental health or the abuse and shit I was going through. It was a lot to try to navigate all that stuff and the PTSD and the seizures and the heart conditions and all the stuff that I was dealing with and be the only parent involved. Like I said, the only one that helped me co-parent in any capacity was my ex-father-in-law. And that was only when the kids were teenagers. Well, when my son was a teenager. He was there for pretty much from the beginning, a great grandfather to my daughter. He really was. But when my son became a teenager is when he started trying to help out. And I appreciate it because that was a father figure that he could look up to. And then my parents, of course, helped me with anything I asked for. But no, I wasn't perfect. But I was not a drunk. I was not an addict. I was not choosing men over my children. I was not neglecting them. I was not abusive to them. None of that shit like they try to claim. None of it. And as far as my son's videos talking about I was issue, whatever, he's been told by Amy and his dad that I lied all those years about the abuse. Never fucking lied about it. Again, that's why my parents drove 4 hours, took my son out to lunch and said, you're wrong about your mom. She did not lie about the abuse. We've seen it. We've seen him attack her. We had to go pick her up many times after he beat her up. Your mom's not lying about that. So you can't just go off what he said.
Apartment, you moved her into an apartment, something like that.
I moved her into a house.
Oh, house. I'm sorry, I got that wrong.
Yeah.
Not an apartment, a house.
I was the one there. Yeah. And I did cook. Like I said, I don't cook breakfast. Kids didn't want breakfast, but I always cooked. I always had leftovers in the fridge. I always took them to go do things. They always had a clean home. They always had a safe environment without their dad, of course. With me, just me, they always had a safe environment. They always had friends over. We always went to go do things like And that was when I was still struggling. I don't have to deal with none of that shit no more. Life has been great. And my daughter don't have to deal with none of that shit. There's no struggles going on and no unhappiness and any of the other shit. So it is what it is.
Yeah, but the thing is, the last move was for her to go to a house. She went into a house, into my aunt's house, and she has a couple of rentals. And that was horrendous because I thought the house. First of all, if you don't own a house, and it's a house, it's a house.
Right, like I don't own my house. My cottage, the Glen Crack cottage, I should say. Like I don't own this beautiful giant, but it's my house.
Yeah, that was the last time.
Maria rents her house.
We knew she was going to play his videos again. I don't care. Don't care.
That was the last time we moved her because nobody wanted to help anymore because it happened
exactly.
times. So I had to rent a U-Haul, and me and my son that was 16. That's when.
But has anybody heard this before? Has most of YouTube heard this interview? And John did a few interviews with her twin, by the way. Has anybody heard this one? Nope. Not the majority of people haven't heard this.
Her and him, because she wanted to move in with him again, or she wanted to stay with him, and he was so disrespectful to her in front of my son. My son's never seen his dad being disrespectful to me, and he was so disrespectful that my son wanted to attack my brother-in-law, and my son was a chunky little boy, and I was like, no. I said,
I'm grateful for Yikes for you coming in and saying that the comments were deleted, though. I appreciate that because I really do not want to go back on my word. After she did what I asked, I really don't want to do that. So thank you for coming in and saying that.
Don't even get involved. Listen, we're just moving her in and we're taking the truck and we're out of here. But that's how he was. That's how he's always been with her. Verbally abusive, physically, whatever. I don't know what he's doing now.
I kind of want to find the clips now of Maria being on SoFlo's channel where he's calling me a faggot.
Oh,
and
Anna, how tall is Carlos?
And Maria laughing at it, and meanwhile, Maria, your nephew is gay, Maria.
Wait.
Well, keep in mind, Maria's the one that set up the interview with my ex, and that was done 3 years ago. It was August of 2023. Yeah, August of 2023 or 2022. I think it was 2022 when she's the one that set up the interview because Amber interviewed her sister, and I still ain't never played any interview or interviewed her family. So 3 years now of you getting away with what you did, but you keep going with my son's stuff, and I'm not supposed to play this now. I'm fed up. I have reached my limit. I have made it clear. I've reached my limit.
How tall is Carlos?
Probably like 5'7". He's short.
And
well,
she makes
okay.
fun of Johnny Mac. Johnny Mac, are you in the chat? Did you hear that?
Well, Yikes. The reason I'm pretty sure they blocked you at first is because you said we don't negotiate with the T word, calling me one of those. I wasn't aware they were deleted. I would have not continued if I knew they had been deleted. Okay. But that's why they did it. But you're okay. Just don't, you could say alert me to something without, saying that.
One more time, Anna. How tall is he?
About 5'7".
Damn, I'm taller than
she
her
calls Johnny Mac an elf and a midget and a little man.
Those are horrible words.
Listen, I laugh when I hear people saying,
I know, but that's probably, I'm just saying that's why they probably did it, because it was like a dig at me. That's all, but it's okay.
Like, she's jealous of your husband. She wants your husband. Listen, me and Carlos have never gotten along because of his drinking and then because of his whatever. I'm not going to repeat here his issues. I'm not going to repeat it. But we've never gotten along. And a man who hits me, yeah, you might hit me once, but you're not going to hit me twice.
Right.
And I've never been hit by a man because I don't disrespect anybody. It's not going to happen to me, and if you were to hit me, I'd be out the door. But
Sophie, can you rewind and clip that 5'7" for Johnny? I don't think he's in the chat.
Yeah, I got it.
Why would I be jealous of somebody's marriage because they've been married 30-something years? I've been married 26, and guess what? Happily married, and guess what? I own 2 houses with this guy already, and we're moving, and we're going to buy another house cash now.
Why would you ever be jealous of someone else's happiness? I'd be happy for them.
Because you're a miserable.
No, y'all are
That's
good.
why.
Why would I be jealous?
It was just a miscommunication, and it's okay. Everything's fine, y'all. I trust my minds.
It just crazy.
I'd be happy for that person.
No, that's not how. Miserable sociopaths work, sweetheart.
And let's keep in mind, Momo is another one that her mom has nothing to do with her sister has nothing to do with her, and the kids have nothing to do with her. The only reason she sees the one, especially, is because who she's still married to, not because she's just that great of a person.
It's not.
I just can't imagine not being happy for someone's good fortune and happiness.
And she's gotten away with it because everybody always says in the family she's got issues, you know, let her be. That's the older generation. The younger generations, my cousins, they're like, nope, we're not having her here. But my mother's generation and her sisters are like, you know, she's not well, you know, we just won't invite her. Obviously, if the whole family doesn't invite her to anything, where's the issue?
Exactly.
Like,
she tried to say that I'm bossy. I'm not bossy. You want to know what kind of attitude I have? And I've always had this attitude. If you want to invite her, invite her. Just out of respect for me, tell me about it so I won't go. I'm not going to get mad. Why would I don't care. Just out of respect, so I don't have to show up and then she's there and then I leave. Just out of respect for me, but nobody chooses to invite her anymore. Because her husband...
Well, that tells you who they want around.
Huh?
That tells you who they want around.
Yeah. Plus the fact that her husband can't stay away from the bottle.
Oh, Lord.
So was he getting like drunk and disrespectful at family events too?
Yeah, that's the reason why everybody split up at the end.
Wow. That perfect marriage isn't so perfect, is it, Maria?
Or the family life, or your children. Or
None
your
of it. It's all a facade.
like,
but you want to talk about
mirrors.
You want to talk about all of our families and husbands and people's backgrounds and children, and your life is shit, just like your friend theirs. Imagine that.
Yep.
Funny how that works. You said it though all along, John. It's all projection.
It is.
That seems to be running, like that seems to be common over there.
What's that saying? Her people, her people. That's what it is. People, her people, her people. That's it. You know, if you're not happy in life, then that's what happens. Because if you're happy in life, you're not going to be doing this bullshit.
When you people like Cooch LaCreme talking about like our sex lives and our marriages and like look at you. Excuse you?
Yeah, she was saying that I live in and my husband has a second room that he stays in that second room. How do you know? Are you in here? Like,
Who said that? Cooch said that?
Maria said that.
Oh no!
I was gonna say.
But like Cooch wants to go live, and like, you know, you should wear a shirt, Cooch, that says "I've never felt the touch of a man," and just keep it all the time. Every time you go live.
Oh, speaking of, I might have a new background for this. Hold on. Let me delete something real quick. This was posted on Reddit, so I'm going to take it and use it. Let me find it though. No, not that one. Hold on, y'all. I got to find this screenshot. Okay, Jed. There you go.
5. Or a woman, since you're bisexual.
It just puts this all into such perspective now. Like I never understood why she was so nasty. But she is everything that she goes after all of us for and a million times worse.
No, let me tell you, whatever she says that no, it never happened, whatever. I got texts, girl. I got texts. I still have my old phones. I don't release those. But I have them. If I have to, I have them. She apologizes to me for his actions. But he doesn't. And he doesn't acknowledge it. And he doesn't acknowledge he has a drinking problem.
Wow.
Hey, Shelly. Boy, Shelly, you missed a lot.
I'd put it all out there if I was you. Get it out, get it done, and let the chips fall where they may. Because she's just going to lie and she's going to have everybody believing that, oh no, Anna's just jealous.
Yeah, I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. I have a lot of hate in my heart. I don't know.
Sick.
She's
Wow,
going
Maria.
to court on Monday and demanding justice. Well, let's wait for that to happen.
Oh no.
let's wait for that to happen.
She's gonna end up getting herself arrested.
I hope she does, man.
She's gonna go in there and throw a fit. Good luck, because you know what? You can't stop your sister from putting the truth out there when you want to bash her and lie about her.
I
And
don't understand that.
attack
Why
her.
would she just stay quiet? Why would she bash me? She knows I'm gonna come back.
I don't know. I don't think she believes that you will.
Maybe she wants that attention because she doesn't stop. Maybe she wants that attention from me. I don't know, but she's not gonna get it anymore because I'm done.
And
I'm
just
done.
to be clear,
The back and forth.
I turned down the interview with the
100%.
sister.
She loves fighting and arguing.
Yeah.
Yep, Jen's after this, y'all.
This is
That's
crazy.
weird.
Wait, what? Per Turkey Teeth being a functioning alcoholic is not a big
This groundbreaking charger is taking the tech world by storm. It can charge your phone from 0 to 100% in
deal. Leave the defendant's husband alone. She did not say that.
My husband?
Turkey Teeth, no, she's talking about Carlos. Turkey Teeth was just calling my husband an alcoholic because he had a DWI 15 years ago or whatever the hell it was. And calling my husband a drunk wife beater. But we
Being
should
a
just leave it.
functioning alcoholic is a huge deal. A huge deal.
Absolutely.
Fuck out of here.
I cannot even believe that hypocritical bitch said that. Hypocritical. Wow. Unbelievable. Yep, they're just gonna twist everything and
We're never
say,
going to get any peace, any of us.
no.
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 No, of course not.
Cooch the 60-year-old virgin.
Uh,
See what someone called her, my 600-pound cooch on Reddit.
Oh my God.
That's funny. She's an evil, nasty, vile woman too.
And I know that people know that I'm very capable of like never talking about this shit again. Like, you know, I've gone years, months. I know, like, as of late, I thought after June this would have ended, but like, you know, constantly
Yeah.
having to talk about this. But like we're never gonna get any peace.
That's
No.
the whole point of
Naomi.
getting this restraining order, to never have to hear from her about
Yeah.
her
It's
anything
never gonna
against her.
happen. Like Jesus Christ.
Naomi, can you send that to me on IG, please? I'm going to put my IG in the chat. It'll be under John's name, but I'm going to put my IG in the chat.
Maria's mod
I
says
need
she
that,
wants to
please.
cage on.
What?
Wow, that's really
Wait, what?
nice.
Wait, what?
Please send that to me.
Where?
Simply.sophie.01.
Where's that comment?
Hold on,
Naomi
hold on.
Rose.
Naomi. John, did anyone send you the screenshot of Maria's mod saying she wanted to K you? It happened in the Miami guys chat toward the end.
Please send that immediately.
Now.
Wow. Thank you, Naomi.
Which mod?
What is it? Naomi? Is it
I don't know.
N-A-O? I don't have my glasses on, Naomi.
Naomi,
Thank
yes.
you. Wow. That's a pretty name, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Naomi Rose. Unbelievable.
Wow.
Who sent
I
it?
have it.
Or who
Debbie.
said it?
It was
Who
Debbie.
said it?
Thank you, Slav.
Debbie
Debbie
Chavez said
Chavez.
that?
Debbie Chavez.
Wow, Debbie. Wow.
That's
you read
a
it to us,
murder
John?
threat. Who-
Can you read it to us, John?
Sophie,
If
Could
you're
you
going to
imagine
send it to
if
me,
I
send
said
it to me
that
on
about one of them?
IG.
Could you imagine if I said that about one of them?
Oh, I know.
Read it to us.
I'm saying to Sophie so she can pull it up. Hold on.
Bree has it as well.
Send
Thank
it
you,
to my
guys.
IG.
When you see things like that, please, please, please send it to me, Sophie, one of us.
And again, no one's saying that's too much. You don't like.
Sorry, Anna, did you hear that? Maria's good friend and mod said she wants to kill John.
Look, there it is.
Wait, let me see if I can.
I'll text it to you, Anna, so you can see it.
Okay.
Wait, I want to see it. What's it say?
Fucking God.
What's it say? I'm so effing stressed out right now. I want to K. Wow, Debbie. What are you so stressed out about, Debbie, you lying ass cunt whore?
Wow, that's crazy.
You disgusting, vile, lying piece of shit, bitch. You better be stressed out, bitch, because you're going to be in fucking trouble for that one, cunt.
Okay, so I'm going to read this. Let's
I did
see.
not know I
She
was muted,
says,
y'all.
Lindsay, I'm so
My bad. I don't know how long I was muted either. Sorry. So the comment said, I don't know if y'all heard that. I don't know where it got muted. It says, Lindsay, I'm so effing stressed out right now. I want to K the flea.
fucking stressed out right now. I want to pay the flea.
Oops.
Then she says,
You read
and old Spider Girl says, Debbie, relax. It will be okay. Promise. Let him keep digging his own grave. We got this. Debbie says, Tony, Yates has his mod recording your chat. It was used against in a lie. Huh? It was used
What?
against in a lie. I don't know.
Who's recording his chat? Nobody's recording his chat. Debbie, you
Nobody recording any
psycho.
chat.
Yeah, we need to get Debbie Chavez from South Carolina's info stat.
She needs 5150 stat.
Yeah, she needs to be arrested for that comment, Debbie Chavez. You psycho.
So did y'all hear me when I said that Debbie lady is the one that called the cops on John and Cody and tried to get them arrested when they went to go visit the mom that was dying? Again, I know I muted because I was putting up my daughter's hair for her real quick, so I don't know what y'all heard me say. I don't know how long I had it there. So 1 second.
Go fucking cunt. Sorry, Anna, I know you don't like that word.
Yep.
Shade, I'm going to try.
When in Rome.
See what happens.
And that was just okay. They didn't mind that comment being there. Awesome.
Sure. It blended in with everything else that goes on over there.
That needs to be reported to the Miami police.
I'll get it lickety split. Hold on. Give me 1 second.
I agree, Little Shoe.
You better go run and fucking hide, Debbie, you lying vile cunt. Because you just brought hell
After
upon
she
me.
lied and said, I don't know, that me and Julie were in Vegas together begging her for money. I've never said a word to this.
Right.
I've never spoke to her, not once.
Then she said I begged her for $1,000 to give you, and Maria had to talk her out of doing it. I have never talked to this.
Why don't they
bitch
ever show the screenshots of all these conversations they have with us? I'm so curious. Like, why has that never fucking happened?
Because it never happened.
Sociopaths and pathological liars. Oh my God.
Well, Genevra, if she has dementia, somebody needs to
She needs
really,
to be locked up then.
Yeah,
She
somebody
needs to have her
to,
internet taken away. You don't get to say you want to kill somebody. Doesn't work
Great
like
people over there, y'all.
Jesus fucking Christ.
somebody needs to monitor her what she does online because she's out of control.
Why is she stressed out? For what reason?
Wait, what?
You're on YouTube. Why are you
mean,
stressed out that to the point where you want to kill me?
Oh, okay, that one's fine.
Tell me.
She's probably
How is
stressed
she
out for
so
being in
stressed
that
out that
chat.
she wants to kill me? Has anything happened to like this psycho bitch? Oh my god.
Thank you again, Becky.
Thanks, Becky.
I agree, Positive Paula. Adult Protective Services should be involved. If this is the sort of thing that she's doing, yes, I agree.
You're a sick, lying cunt.
Let me get back to the interview.
Please send it to Sophie or
For a minute.
I'm gonna hang up because we're gonna have dinner.
Okay, thank you, Anna. I love you. And
Anna, thank you.
All right, you guys.
Don't worry, there's more. There's more. So give me 1 second. Let me get it. Let me get it ready for you. All right, let me make sure there's no more in this one. Because I think she came around twice this day. Hold on, y'all. Okay, hold on, y'all. That was purged. Okay, here we go. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to find the second part. Can y'all even hear it? Oh, there it is. I found it. Oh, you screamed at your mother, Momo. Good Lord. It's a long interview. Okay, here we go. I got the second part. Sorry about that. Continuing the interview with Maria's
And
twin.
I was like, no, that's not her. She looks too damn good.
And again, that someone else did. I didn't do it.
But yeah, she's definitely the pretty twin. She takes care of herself, you can tell.
And obviously, she's more of the sound mind.
Okay, but I didn't see you.
Can you hear her? She said that she heard you, Sophie, but she didn't see you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
did you see me?
Anna doesn't have a
very
melty
pretty.
face. She doesn't have the eye
No.
bag. She doesn't look at
No.
all like that.
No.
Thank
No.
God for you, Anna.
Like, I'm leaving the community because I really don't. It's not my thing. It's not like right now. I would have climbed up there, except I don't know how to get back on. I'm just not into this.
She can't get click the link. I don't. It's not working.
You don't
for her
hear
for
it
some
now?
reason. That's why she's on.
You don't hear the interview? You should have been able to hear it. Or when I asked, yeah, you probably couldn't hear it when I was asking. Sorry about that.
Speakerphone.
But
Okay, there we go.
I'm tired of the lies.
Thank you, guys.
That she says that her husband's best friend that died. That I don't care if he died or not. I really don't care. He's not part of my life. Like she says that he never attacked me. Yes, he did. I have the paperwork, and then Anna comes on the line saying, "Oh, how weird is it that she has paperwork for something that happened 30 years ago?" I don't know. I have it.
Why wouldn't you?
You're nuts.
I'm laughing at Julie. Jules. I just thought it kind of looked like somebody. I wanted to see if Anna thought she was looking in.
Wait, isn't that the person that's linked up with Momo now? You know, the only person that wasn't on, the only creator that wasn't on this fucking stream when this happened? Me. But yeah, she ain't got all that smoke for all these other people. She only has it for me because she got the son's videos. Okay.
And Anna, I have a question for you.
Oh my God.
Did your mom know that she was called on a live 2 days ago?
No. And my mother does read English, and my mother did read these books. I gave it to her to read, and she read them. She might have told Maria no, because she doesn't want any problems, but my mother could read faster than me, only because she has all the.
What books? I wonder if she's talking about the books that Dee wrote about Momo and them calling the devils of YouTube or something like that. That shit's funny. I have that book, by the way. I love that. It's a really good book.
Day, and I have to work, but she loves to read.
So your mother can read and speak and
English.
Fluently.
Yes, she's been here since she was 13. Of course.
Why does she lie about stuff like that? I don't understand.
Lies about everything. She lies about everything. Everything.
Was she like this as a child, Anna?
Huh?
Was she like this as a child too?
No, she started as a teenager. We had a normal childhood. The four of us. And,
So puberty.
Sorry.
She didn't go through puberty well, it seems.
What is it?
Could have been menopause.
Well, she said it happened to a teenager. So I think when she hit puberty, I think all of the evilness come out.
Yeah.
Hey, Anna.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about her? Jules, what are you?
I'm a ruler.
Do you know anything about Maria's son going either on Reddit or YouTube and pleading with her to stop?
Oh, wait, what?
Wait, say that
I
again.
thought that was the daughter.
No, but I heard too that the son did.
The son went to YouTube. The daughter went to YouTube and Reddit more than once.
Do you know anything about Maria's son going either to Reddit or YouTube and pleading with her to stop what she was doing?
Yes. So that was him.
Yeah.
What
Yep.
happened?
Sophie, you were right.
And for those that don't know what they're talking about, let me show you real quick. In fact, maybe we'll just, which overlay should we use, guys? This overlay or this one? Let me know. And her son actually left a comment under one of my videos and I just deleted it. I think the daughter did too, if I remember correctly, but it was a long time ago.
Wow.
I was hoping so.
They were trying to help her get off the internet. But
Sophie, you can pull it up now. Now that I have confirmation that was him, now you can pull it up.
To confirm.
Okay.
And not only that, but she said, she said she had a breakfast with my mom this weekend because my aunt came in from town and they called her. They're 3 sisters. Yes, they did call her. But the whole conversation that she said she had about me, it's all a lie. Oh, we know Anna has mental issues and her husband's against this. My husband's right here. He's not against this. My husband's sick of it. I have no mental issues. I've never given anybody a headache. I don't go against anybody. I don't speak ill about anybody. I mean, I just don't understand where all this hate has come from. And even though she hates me,
A lot of hate.
I don't wish her wrong. I wish she would get the help she needs. Not in my lifetime, but not going to be a part of
Right.
it. But I wish her, that she could get the help she needs for her kids' sake. Because they need her too, and she's not there.
Yeah.
And this is recent. This clipping, John, is recent.
What
Or
about
no?
my
Sophie, you tell me.
Well, as far as I know, yes, it's recent.
What does it say?
Oh, it's the comment I have.
So I'm the defendant's son, M. I just think she's not doing well mentally. Please, someone get her help because she's not accepting it from her family. And I omitted the names out of respect.
I think that
Well,
was.
it's being
that's
shown.
how
So
it ended up on Reddit. Is that how it ended up on Reddit? Because it looks like Jules had the original. Well, actually, never mind. I don't know who sent this to John to put up on the screen, but she says she omitted the name. Well, I don't know. Maybe it didn't come from her. I retract what I said. But someone has the original comment from the son that's in the video it's posted under.
I appreciate that, Jules, but
tried.
So
Did you just wink, B? Jules, can your B wink? I swear I just saw you wink.
Wait.
No, just one.
No. I had to hold an eye closed. Hold on.
It does. You winked.
Yeah,
That is
it's not-
Denise says it was a year ago on Reddit.
Oh, okay. That's old. Okay.
That's not Reddit. That's
How
YouTube.
come?
Then I'm
just
glad that
hearing
you
about
clarified that. But it was him, but it was a year ago. Okay.
It's not, y'all, that comment is from YouTube. Reddit doesn't look like that. Just a heads up. This is definitely a YouTube account. They're the one that does the avatars like that.
So
I'm really tired of all the stuff that she's been doing and the threatening that she called my ex-husband and recorded it, which I didn't even know
It's okay.
illegal. It's illegal in Florida.
yes, it is.
Yes.
You
And
should know better than that.
I know. And guess what I'm going to be with tomorrow? My ex-husband. You know why? Because we share grandchildren. And that's how it is. That's life. He had an affair. He had a baby. But we all grow up and we have
You moved on.
grandchildren and we're civil with each other. That's how life is. I mean, I'm not going to tell you I don't blame him for what he did. We were young. I was 14 when I met him. And I'm happily married for 26 years. To a man who I adore. And I look at my ex-husband and I love him as a friend, but now I look at him and you're like, oh my God, what did I ever see in him? But we have kids together. We have grandchildren together. We have to get along.
Does he know that she illegally recorded him?
Did I what?
Does he know that she?
Who else said, no, Maria's in a two-party state, so for her to record anybody is illegal. It's against the law.
Illegally recorded him?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
He could press charges against her for that.
Let me tell you, who knows? My children knows, which made my son really upset, my younger one. I mean,
by the way, you know what else is illegal? Remember when she recorded the court hearing with John and took took pictures of Anna in court and took pictures of me and took pictures of others and passed it around that group chat? Yeah, it's extremely illegal. Extremely illegal. And I spoke to the courthouse, and all that John has to do is get his lawyer to put it in front of the judge, for her to be found in contempt, and everybody else that participated in the recording of it and pass around pictures, they could all be found in contempt of court and get charges against them. But John has to get it in front of that judge, present it the correct way, and she will file charges on them. Still a possibility.
What she's doing to my kids, she doesn't think about my kids, what she wants to say in life, or whatever slander she wants to throw out there. Because I've not, the only reason
And I'll tell you this much, for my upcoming court case, guess what? You're going to have to go down to the courthouse to do your Zoom, even if you're allowed to do it. You're going to have to go down there and do it Zoom. I'm going to request it. I'm not going to let anybody on that side testify through Zoom ever again, because I'm going to present the evidence of what y'all do. And that way you can't go in the courthouse. You can't do that shit.
On this YouTube was because she did that 4-hour live about me, about lies, about me doing drugs, about my husband being a druggie, my husband lives in another room or she's in another room. All that, I heard it all. Okay, I've never done drugs. My husband is not a druggie, never has been. He's a wonderful Christian man, and this is how she is. I don't know. You know, she gets it against one person in the family. Before it was a cousin, then it was me, and then it'll soon go to somebody else because that's how she does it.
Yeah.
Who has the mental issues when you start attacking your family? I don't know. I've never attacked anybody in my family. And you know, I've heard her say the other day, and I've heard her say quite a bit of time, oh, she saw me at the dollar store, she ran out. No, I didn't run out. I'm not going to be running away from you. I did see her at the dollar store, and I turned around, there's $1 million stores. Why would I want to be in one where she's at?
Yeah, what are you supposed to do? Stay in there? You don't want to be around her.
No. Mentally unstable? No, I don't think so.
It just seems like she has just an obsessive need to control everybody's thoughts about her. Like, you can't, if somebody thinks that she's not a good person, she's going to have to change their mind.
Yep.
I agree with that.
And world, that's how you make yourself crazy. That is why you have no peace, because
that's why she's
you
in the
have
hospital a few
what
times
other
over
people
YouTube.
think of you it has no bearing on you. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Her thinking I told her to take a shower made her say some of the worst and horrible things about me. And she was wrong. And I never got an apology. I never got nothing from her.
No, that's not what you said either. Yeah. Anna, can I ask you a question? How did you come to this community? Did somebody find you, or did you find the community?
Oh yeah, very
how
important.
am I going to find the community? I didn't even know that this existed. This talking on YouTube stuff. I had no idea.
Somebody found you?
Yes, the last time I had problems with Maria was
Hey,
in
Debbie.
what's this called? In Facebook.
Facebook.
Yeah, she did a whole page on me and my family, a whole Facebook page, and she also made fun of my weight. They contacted me. They contacted me. I still have these contacts. The person who contacted me telling me, you know, she's threatening you, she's dangerous, be careful, and that's how I found out. And then I thought it was over with. So why would I think?
So someone else reached out to her and brought her to the community. That's crazy. Wonder who that was.
She would jump into YouTube, which I don't even know that existed.
Hi, Debbie. Long time
I didn't
no
know
see,
that
hun.
existed.
She drug her family on Facebook?
Yeah, she did a whole
Let me
page.
catch you up real quick. Maria's been playing my son's videos over and over and over again and talk about my kids over and over again. So that's why we're listening to the interview. It's not an interview I did. It's an interview that John and his panel did like a year ago. And so we're just listening to it since she thinks it's okay.
About me, my family, but my husband.
She made fun of your weight when she's your twin and she's overweight.
What?
She made fun of your weight, you said, when she's your twin and she's overweight?
She did a picture of me. First of all, the Facebook had pictures of me, my family, my in-laws, my husband lost it, and you don't want to see him losing it. And literally, my aunt and my mother went that day to their house, and they brought it down. They put it down. But
so that's how she started.
Facebook post about. She put a picture of me, and she's like, "Hi, friends. This is my sisters. Look how fast she's letting herself go. If you have any advice for me, please let me know." Nobody, because I don't want to look like this. Nobody replied. And I took a picture of it, and then she took it all down. I mean, who does that? Who does that? I don't know. I don't get it.
She's sick.
Listen, but you know, I didn't. Oh, first of all, let me just say one thing, because I know she's hearing me now. She threatens my mother. Okay, she's not a caring, or she doesn't care about my mom. My mother had breast cancer. She had her surgery. Maria didn't go see her for 3 months. 3 months. She screams at my mother, and I'll say it again. And I said it in court. She screams at my mother. The other day, I got a call from my mother, and her voice was very low. And she said, "Oh, Anna, I don't feel good. Please call 911. And I'm like, oh my God. So I called my aunt that lives 4 blocks away,
Uh-huh.
but I couldn't reach her. So I called my uncle, her husband.
Thank
And
you
he
so
came by
much
this
for the
morning.
Cash App. Thank you. Thank you. You know who you are. Thank you for the $25. And it says Happy Easter. I appreciate you. Thank you.
And I said to her sister. So I said, listen, Mom
Hey, Randy.
is telling me she feels bad to call
It's a trip.
911.
It's
I don't know
not.
what's going on. So she
She
was,
does sound a lot like her, but she sounds much nicer and much calmer. That's for sure. But yeah, it is a trip. That blows my mind. And when we were in court and seeing her kind of blew my mind too, but she's definitely way she's not a melty face like Momo.
she goes, don't call. I'm right there. She's literally 4 blocks away. She went over there. She gave her something. She started feeling better. Then my little sister calls me and tells me, we started to talk. And she goes, that's because Mary called her and upset her again. She's 80. 80. Telling her that, she's going to subpoena her or whatever. She's 80.
Subpoena her to what? My restraining order case?
For what? For what reason?
I don't know.
must.
And not only that, like, she tells my mother things like, Anna's in the mafia. What? Yes. What?
No.
Maria says her twins in the mafia. Then why would you mess with her if you thought that? Or you just flat out lying as usual? Lord. And so she's going to subpoena her mother that's 80-something years. Does she have to be older than 80? Because isn't Maria like 60-something? Well, maybe she is 80-something. Anyways, she's going to subpoena her for her multiple court cases with all these POs and ROs she tries to get on everybody, and they all get denied. The only one that stuck was the one with John. It's because the death threats he made before court. If he would not have done that, she would have not have gotten that one either. But I'm pretty sure I'll have one coming for me next.
No, people are crazy. They're so crazy. I went to court and everyone was wearing pajamas and no one had their bras on. And the judge said, all your people suck and all my people are awesome. And they, basically were like, oh, hey, you win. You're the smartest. You're the best. You clearly are totally sane. And everyone going against you is not. And everyone had their cleavage out, their boobs out. And I hate boobs and I hate cleavage and I hate everybody. And so I got an RL against this person. I got an RL against this person. I got an RL against half of YouTube. So watch out. Don't talk about me. Don't say nothing. But I can say all that I want. And the judge was like, your side's cool. And their side's not cool. And you're the best. So I don't know. I'm married. So I don't know. Like, get a husband or something. But don't bring up my 70-year-old kids. If you do, then I gotta do what I gotta do. I can do what I gotta do. Okay. So, but I have a husband. I'm going on vacation.
That was to say thank you for the Cash App. But you know what video we played in a minute, and it's just so funny. Bear with me on this one, okay? It's a 2-minute video, but it's just so hilarious. This is probably the best work Jolene's ever done.
Oh, have you ever felt so good in your undercarriage that you just stayed up till 5 a.m. to flirt with an ex villain online while your husband was sleeping? Have you ever done that? Oh my God, you're so beautiful in real life. John Yates, who? Rocco's here. You want to play, little boy? I got a pool in the backyard and a swimsuit I've had since 1984. Oh, God. I feel it. I feel the spirit in my pants. I got to turn off the camera. I'm about to organism. I think I woke my husband up. He's going to be so mad. He's going to be so mad. Get the fuck off the internet. Oh, my God. You sound like the dude from Limp Bizkit. I am the dude from Limp Bizkit. Get the fuck up. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Hi, guys. It's fine. Everything's fine, y'all. Everything's fine.
Wait, is someone jizzing themselves? And where's your
left.
husband? Oh,
He's in the yard taking down a fence. I'll be out in 10 minutes. 2,000 years
11. So I
later.
tell him I said, LOL.
Chody said hi. Hold on. I got to tell. Hold on. I'll tell him.
Oh,
Hey. Chody said hi. Say hi. I'm on live. Don't do this to me. Don't embarrass me, you fucker.
Oh, so
You're always on there. You said today was not a YouTube day. When do we get a not YouTube day? I got a fence to take down. Okay? I got a fence to take down. You can take down that goddamn fence anytime you want. You always pick the inopportune times. I've only been live for 11 hours today. I was drunk last night, but I was willing to give a beach. I was willing. Oh, it would have been one of them sloppy ones where you just fall asleep on my window.
You know I don't like a sloppy beach. Chewing on my wiener. We've been together 10 years. Act like it. Act like it. Oh, you act like it. Now you have these new friends and lusting after rock on with some gay guy. All of a sudden you believe in gay marriage? I didn't say that. I never said that. Oh my God. He was just like, he's just like, don't forget my Gatorade. So, my God. It's crazy. It's so crazy. You know, marriage, 10 years. It's just like we have so much sex.
Are you going to say you're sorry too?
What? When I had this
You said I
out
was
here from the
calling you
same
from
spook
mine,
numbers
I
that you
never
were saying I
called
was
you.
calling on?
Oh, Jason's getting mad. He said, "Shut up, John."
So yeah, I haven't played that in a minute. That's just, it's funny. That was the best that Jolene has ever done, honestly.
No, actually, Maria says that she's a new mob queen. Remember?
And then after I found out what she meant, because she's talking to these mafia people, but I was like, my mother knows that I'm not into anything. I'm not into anything, It's just leave me alone, leave me with my pets, leave me with my grandbabies, and I'm good. I don't need anything. I don't want the drama. I wish I could erase her and she would stop coming for anything.
You and me both.
But look, there was a guy. There was a guy called, I don't know, NV or something. I have his text. He was texting me, messaging me through IP.
NV.
Yeah. Do you know what that is?
Ugh. Remember that guy? Remember that guy, John?
I remember him, yeah.
He was asking me not to go live with Amber or with anybody because, they were just going to make fun of me and don't do it. And I said, listen, she did her 4 hour. Now I have a right to reply. That's my right. Like, she's not going to talk bad about me like that. And this is not good, but everything she said about me is false. Everything. From the other day that she was saying about my dad dying, and the first thing out of my words were, your best friend's not going to go to the funeral. No, that was her. That was not me. And I talked to my mom, and she said she's switching the whole story backwards. But that's what she needs to do. But listen, that's not just it. Maria has gotten in trouble with, well, not in trouble, but she weirdly goes into marriages, it goes into exes, and she did it to my mother's neighbor. She got in between the man and his wife.
What?
Then she did it to me and my ex, trying to, get in touch with him again. She did it to my sister.
Wait, so Maria's a Mr. Steal Your Man too? A Mrs. Steal Your Man? She's one. How? So she is okay with affairs. Is that what she just said? She has got with the neighbors. She got in between the neighbor's husband and wife and got with the husband, and then try to get with Anna's ex too? My goodness.
My younger sister that just recently got divorced, and my little sister asked her, please don't reach out to her anymore. And she's like, but we're family. No, you're not family. He was your sister's husband, and he had an affair. Let it go. You're hurting your sister. And then she did it to her husband's brother's daughter, and he reached out to me, but there's nothing I can do. I don't speak to them. So it's a constant thing. She likes to mess with people when they get divorced and stuff, and she knows perfectly well that my ex-husband had an affair and had a baby. She knows because she lived it.
Jesus Christ.
And she turns it around and says, I'm the one that had the affairs. I raised my kids. They were little.
Ooh, so she was a cheating woman.
Every day I choked out my son. I've never hit my kids.
She said you choked your son?
Huh?
She said you choked your son?
She said I choked them out in front of my family in a vacation. Where's the cops? Because I would call the cops on myself. I would never hurt my boys.
Mm-hmm.
I would never hurt my boys.
Wow.
It's one thing after another. And my mother, but just leave her alone. Just get out of YouTube because she's not well. Yeah, but you know what? She's not well. But she's gotten away with this all her freaking life. That is the reason why I chose to help John, because I refuse for her to have to keep destroying people's lives. Just like she said it. I'm going to say it now. And I'm going to say it clear. Just like she said, she got essayed by her.
Sorry, I'm trying to skip past that. I don't want to talk about that. Unlike Maria, I don't actually have respect for people who have been through. I'm not crossing that boundary.
You know what? Like all my life, it's been the same thing. Every time she argues with her husband, there goes Anna. Anna's gonna rent the U-Haul. Anna's gonna get her out of here. Anna's gonna move her to a new place. No, man, I'm tired. I'm short of money. Anna's gonna be her ATM because I made thousands and hundreds of $1,000s. And there comes Anna to save her. And then, like I was telling my mom today, what have I ever done to her for her to do this to me?
You don't have to do anything but disagree.
So are you saying she didn't have a perfect marriage with Carlos like she tells everybody?
Oh, yeah, she does, of course. Yes, if you count maybe separating 6 or 7 times. Yeah.
Ooh. What?
Perfect.
Ooh.
Yeah, perfect. The last one that moved her out was me and my 16-year-old son, my older son when he was 16. And he literally wanted to get into an argument with Carlos because he's being so disrespectful. And I told him he wasn't going to do that because it's still his.
Wait. You have talked so much shit When your own marriage has fallen apart a few times.
And the truth shall set you free, motherfuckers. And there it is. And there it is.
I'm sure the family had hoped that was going to work out, especially the children, because then they wouldn't have to deal with her no more.
You know, it's my sister.
So why did they break up so many
Got
times?
reverb going on, by the way. I can hear like an echo. Someone has an echo. Just saying. Sorry, Anna, keep going.
Why did they break up so many times? Was it domestic violence, cheating?
Yes.
Both?
But she denies all the way, so
And yet he has a drinking problem.
I'm going to take her word for it.
So Carlos has a drinking problem and he gets handsy with Maria. But she wants to talk about my husband who had an issue with his ex-wife when he was 29. And she wanted to bring that up the other day. That's interesting, Maria.
I'm really not team talking negative about the husband because the daughter loves and adores him. So I'm going to skip past this part too.
But then you're not going to turn around.
And
Yeah,
get
she
my
knows.
It doesn't always feel good doing the right thing, but it's still the right thing to do.
No, of course. No, I appreciate everybody, but, you know, and I appreciate the opportunity to help John out, obviously, because I'm not going to stand by. I can't stand by and watch her destroy or try to destroy somebody's life. And then, you know, it's just everything I've seen about her is she's got a lot of hate inside of her heart. And then she stands by and watches everybody else on her chat and everything say things about me that they don't even know me.
If she even has one to begin with.
You know, things about you wish you had her husband. Are you kidding me? Oh, come on.
Wow. Nobody wants your husband, Maria. I mean, it's so obvious the way she always tries to fake like she has this perfect marriage.
And I really don't think anybody should talk about him. Because again, no matter how everybody feels about him, he seems to be a good father to his kids and a good grandfather. So my issue is not with him.
Anybody who's in a relationship or married would tell you there's nothing perfect about it.
I did her the favor of having one of her boyfriends move into my house for a month so he could collect money for a rent. I was single and I gave him my young son's room for a month so he could get enough money to rent an efficiency.
Wait, one of her boyfriends?
Yeah, when she heard I said the story, she's like, "That was your boyfriend." No, Maria, that was your boyfriend. And
I thought she was only with Carlos ever. So that's a lie too?
Of course.
Wow.
But she tried to
Maria.
boyfriend. But she tried to say that was my boyfriend. That was her boyfriend. I have pictures of them together. So she needs to stop. She needs to be honest in life. She's 60 years old. You know, this weekend I was with her kids. She's missing so much out of everything, out of life because of the way she is. You know, she could have fixed all these issues that we had together. If she would have gotten him help, if she would have gotten her husband help, if she would have gotten help, if she would have been honest.
Now you see what she's doing to Siwa, right? And her son?
Yes.
Oh, wait. So even a year ago, she was doing this shit with my son. You don't say. Kind of like I've been saying for over a year, she's been talking shit involving my son. Yeah. And again, this is after she was tagging my son in a community to post and leaving comments under his videos and cheering him on and trying to get him mad at me by telling him lies while screaming out, "Nobody's talked to her son." Yes, you fucking have. A year later, 4 months later, and I'm just now finally doing this.
But like I was thinking, you know what? They didn't do that to my nephew when he wrote. Nobody bothered him because who would do that?
No, because none of us would do something like that.
I know, leave him alone. I don't understand why she gets out of trashing Siwa and then befriending her son. That's what she does. Welcome to my world.
Yep.
That's what she's always done.
It's sick.
My son would have blocked her if he knew what she used to say about his sister.
This is unbelievable. Anna, I'm just so sorry for everything you've had to deal with her over the years.
Me too, but you know what? Like I still have my relationship with my niece and my nephew, thank God. You know, I haven't had her in my house, my sister Maria in my house since I think the kids were 6. My niece's birthday party, it was 16, a pool party. I'll never invite her back into my house. She tried to come in one day when I walked in and she was inside my living room and I'm like, "What are you doing in my house?" And she's like, "This is my nephew's house." And I said, "No, this is my house. Get out." That was the last day. She's never coming in this house again. You know, she accepted her husband's disrespectful ways. My husband's not disrespectful. And instead of saying, "Look, maybe he drank too much, I'm sorry," you know, I still have her text. She said it didn't happen. Girl, there's text.
Anna, what about like because I've heard her say this about like didn't Carlos's friend like try hitting on you and you get an RO on him or against Carlos rather?
My first husband got the RO on it, with including us all in it.
It was against Carlos?
What is it?
Was it against Carlos, did you say?
It was against his friend.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you have just no idea. I could tell you a story for years, and you just won't believe it. And you know, I've tried to keep the peace mostly for my parents. My dad, you know, he died knowing that we we were already separated. My mom has literally accepted it already. She still struggles, but she has to accept it. But you know that she did ruin my mom's 80th birthday. She had to ruin it. She's never had a surprise birthday party, but she had to.
How'd she ruin it?
She told her. Because I invited my niece and nephew and asked them not to speak, but my niece told her dad, and her dad told my sister.
So she ruined her mother's 80th surprise, like her mother's turning 80. They were doing a surprise birthday party, and Maria ruined it and told them just because of who was invited.
And I'm like, you know, all these years that my dad's been gone for 10 years. Actually, today would have been his birthday.
Happy birthday to your dad in heaven.
He all these years that.
Now I'm going to stop there because there's still an hour left. There's still an hour left, and we'll see what she does next. Keep playing the same videos you already played 1,000 times over the past year. People haven't heard this over and over and over, so keep going. You talk any more about my son, my kids, I'm going right back to playing the rest of that, and then I will continue to read shit. So again, giving you once again another chance to fucking quit. Just stop. Nothing will be mentioned anymore for any further about your life and your situation if you will wake up and get control of yourself and stop. I was saying for a week what I would do if you wouldn't stop, and you keep going. And I know y'all pass videos off to other people to play too because you thought that would trick me. Nope, I saw it. So anyways, thank you for being here, everybody. I appreciate it. Thank you for the Cash App. Thank you, Sandra, for your continued support for I think it said 39 months. Thank you for being here. Hit the thumbs up, and I'll see y'all back here in a few days if Maria or whenever Maria continues to play videos or talk about my son anymore, or either one of my kids. Anything else about me or my family, we will be back playing the rest of that. Okay? And then I'll get the one that she did on Amber's too and play that. So, ball's in your court once again. All right. See y'all later. Bye, guys.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, baby, you'll get sick of being the monster out of my head, under my bed, thinking something out of my nightmares, standing right there. But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, then will you get bored of killing?
So if I play dead, will you regret everything that you did, that you said? I don't think you understand what you're doing, and my heart's black and blue from the bruising. I feel like when I'm with you I'm losing. I feel like you think that this amusing, sitting there gaslighting and confusing. Was it me? Is it me? Am I deluded? I'm the one